गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुर्पदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यम् मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा।
यूं ही जन्म बीत्यो जाए, न सुने इन श्रवण मन से, न सुने इन श्रवण मन से प्रेम रस की बात, न सुने इन श्रवण मन से प्रेम रस की बात। यूं ही जन्म बीत्यो जात, नेक नहीं हरि सुयस सुमरिए, नेक नहीं हरि सुयस सुमरिए। नाम लेत डरात, नयन देखत दोष प्रतिक्षण, नयन देखत दोष प्रतिक्षण। और कही तात, और कही तात। यूं ही जन्म बीत्यो जात, न सुने न श्रवण मन से प्रेम रस की बात। यूं ही जन्म बीत्यो जात, इन श्रवण मन से प्रेम रस की बात। यूं ही जन्म बीत्यो जात। हरि कथा सपने हो न भावत, हरि कथा सपने हो न भावत। विषय बात सुहात, हरि कथा सपने हो न भावत। विषय बात सुहात।
नमस्कार बंधुओं। अभी एक भजन होगा और भजन के साथ साथ सभी भाई बहन अपने अपने इष्ट का ध्यान करेंगे। ध्यान कैसे करें बहुत शॉर्ट में ध्यान करने का तरीका मैं आपके सामने बताता हूं। संसार में दो प्रकार के भक्त हैं, एक साकार पुजारी और दूसरे निराकार, और ये बहुत पुराने जमाने से चले आ रहे हैं। क्यों? भक्त का स्वभाव कुछ ऐसा ही है, किसी को चेहरे से प्यार होता है, किसी को नाम से प्यार होता है। जिनको चेहरे से प्यार होता है वो है साकार पुजारी, जिन्हें शक्ल से प्यार नहीं होता वो है निराकार। हमारे संतों ने जो ग्रस्त में हुए दोनों के लिए रास्ता बताया, साकार के लिए भी और निराकार के लिए भी। साकार पुजारी सबसे पहले निश्चित करे कि परमात्मा की कौन सी मूर्त ऐसी है, कौन सी मूर्ति ऐसी है जिसमें भगवान की सबसे ऊंची भावना आप डाल सकते हो, उसे अपनाइए। उनको पकड़िए, उनको कभी बदले नहीं। एक इष्ट की उपासना, एक इष्ट का ध्यान, एक इष्ट का मनन। ऐसा नहीं कि आज आप राम की पूजा करें, कल कृष्ण की, परसों माँ की, परसों देवी की। ध्यान नहीं बनेगा। अगर अपना इष्ट रोज रोज बदलेंगे, जल्दी जल्दी चेंज करेंगे, तो ध्यान आपका नहीं बनेगा। पूजा का जो मकसद है वो है चित्त की एकाग्रता प्राप्त करना, कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ माइंड, और वो जब ही होगा जब आपका एक इष्ट हो। और जब एक इष्ट होगा तभी आध्यात्मिक अनुभव आपके खुलेंगे। एक इष्ट की उपासना। तो ये मानिए, जिस इष्ट को आप मानते हैं कि वो इष्ट हमारा सशरीर हमारे सामने विद्यमान है, अपने सामने उनकी पवित्र मूर्त को बनाएं। बड़े प्यार से, बड़ी बड़ी आंखें हैं, गोल चेहरा है, जटाएं हैं, सर्पों की माला है, बनाएं अपने सामने अपने इष्ट को। दिल हमारा धड़कता रहता है, दिल की हर धड़कन से जो मंत्र आपका है उसको उच्चारित होते सुने कि हमारे हृदय से हमारे दिल का नाम, हमारे इष्ट का नाम निकल रहा है और हम उसको सुन रहे हैं। और जब तक ऐसा ना हो तब तक जिह्वा से बड़े प्यार से, बड़े आराम से उस नाम को ले सकते हैं। पर होता क्या है कि थोड़े समय तक तो नाम चलता है, उसके बाद मन इधर आकर कहीं भाग जाता है। पता कैसे लगता है? पता ऐसे लगता है कि हमारी आत्मा हमारे मन को देखती रहती है, वो बताती रहती है कि हमारा मन क्या कर रहा है। जैसे ही आपका मन ये कहे कि आपका ध्यान आपके इष्ट के चरणों से हट गया, फिर दोबारा अपने मन को पकड़िए, अपने इष्ट की याद में लगाएं। फिर कहीं दूसरी जगह मन चला जाएगा, उनको पकड़िए, अपने इष्ट की याद में लगाएं। निरंतर प्रयास करना पड़ेगा। यकीन मानिए, अगर आप 20 मिनट की कंसंट्रेशन में, ध्यान में, आज आपके 50 विचार आ रहे हैं, तो अभ्यास से, अगर निरंतर अभ्यास करते रहेंगे तो एक दिन ऐसा आएगा कि जब जैसे ही आप पूजा में बैठेंगे, आपका मन आपके इष्ट के चरणों में लगा होगा। दूसरे वो भाई हैं निराकार भगवान के उपासक है, ओम अल्लाह वाहिगुरु, बड़े प्यार से बैठे। मन को साफ कीजिए और ये महसूस करें कि हमारे दिल से ओम नाम निकल रहा है और हम उसको सुन रहे हैं बड़े प्यार से। ओम ओम ओम। जैसे कोई दूसरा विचार आए, उन विचारों को हटाइए, फिर अपने इष्ट की याद में लगिए, अल्लाह अल्लाह, बड़े प्यार से। सांसारिक विचार आएंगे, उनको हटाएं, फिर अपने इष्ट की याद में लगे, फिर हटाएं, फिर अपने इष्ट की याद में लगे। तो अभी एक भजन होगा और भजन के साथ साथ सभी भाई बहन अपने अपने इष्ट की याद में बैठेंगे। ध्यान कैसे करें?
गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजा मूलम गुरु पदम गुरु कृपा कृपा की एक नजर गुरुवर हमारी और कर देना। कृपा की एक नजर गुरुवर हमारी और कर देना। मिटा कर मोह तमुद गीत में तुम ज्योति भर देना। मिटा कर मोह तम उदगीत में तुम ज्योति भर देना। बिना तेरी कृपा के नाम धारा में फंसी मेरी धारा में फंसी मेरी। पकड़ पतवार मंजिल दूर वेड़ा पार कर देना। पकड़ पतवार मंजिल दूर वेड़ा पार कर देना। कृपा की एक नजर गुरुवर हमारी और कर देना। बहा दो प्रेम की गंगा दिलों में प्यार का सागर। दिलों में प्यार का सागर। हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना। हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना। कृपा की एक नजर गुरुदेव मेरी और कर देना। हमारे ध्यान में आओ प्रभु आँखों में बस जाओ। प्रभु आँखों में बस जाओ। हमारे ध्यान में आओ प्रभु आँखों में बस जाओ। प्रभु आँखों में बस जाओ। हृदय में भक्ति रस भर कर मन हरिमय बना देना। हृदय में भक्ति रस भर कर मन हरिमय बना देना। कृपा की एक नजर गुरुवर हमारी ओर कर देना। ये मन चंचल नहीं माने फंसा भ्रम जाल में तड़पे। फंसा भ्रम जाल में तड़पे। ये मन चंचल नहीं माने फंसा भ्रम जाल में तड़पे। फंसा भ्रम जाल में तड़पे। लगा कर निज चरण में दास तुम अपना बना लेना। लगा कर निज चरण में दास तुम अपना बना लेना। कृपा की एक नजर गुरुवर हमारी ओर कर देना। मिटा कर मोह तम उदगीत में तुम ज्योति भर देना। कृपा की एक नजर गुरुवर हमारी ओर कर देना। और
Jai Sadgurudev, Jai Pacharnam. Anand Yog, Volume 1, Chapter 7, Prayer, Puja. Nowhere else you will be able to find such vivid picture for a successful prayer as has been depicted by Mahatma Tulsidas, the great spiritualist. He has very nicely laid down the method for performing true prayer in his couplet below. विनय प्रेम बस भई भवानी खसी माल मूरत मुस्कानी. Sant Tulsidas has given the very fundamentals of prayer in this couplet. Humility, vinay, and love, prem, are the two great foundations on which the entire structure of prayer is built. These are the two essential requirements for achieving success in our prayer. Sant Tulsidas has laid down the fundamental truths which you must acquire whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or Parsi to achieve success in your prayer. The method laid down is universal and applies to all religions and faiths. If you want to achieve spirituality or nearness to God, you must inculcate humility in your character. As explained earlier, the knowledge of spirituality is achieved through some living heart and not through books. The easiest and the surest method for achieving spirituality is the company of a real saint whose mind remains concentrated unto the feet of the Almighty all the 24 hours of the day. Such a person is unmindful of the appreciation and applause he receives from public, or the criticism, misbehavior, and tortures inflicted by mischievous persons who derive pleasure in teasing others. Unmindful of the world, such a person always keeps his mind completely merged unto the feet of the Lord. It is the greatest concern of a sadhak to find out somehow such a person and get the attention of such a master directed towards his heart, so that the love and devotion with which the heart of the master is reverberating may flow into the heart of the sadhak and generate similar vibrations of love and devotion in him. For achieving the goal, humility is the only quality which helps him towards this end. Even in the worldly life, we see that many a difficult situations are saved through humble behavior. Especially in Grihast, humility is an essential quality to bring out happiness to the family and the neighborhood. Bhagwan Krishna has also laid down in the Gita the necessity of humble behavior for achieving spiritual knowledge from the realized souls. Tadvidhi pranipaten pariprashnen sevaya updekshayanti te jnanam jnaninstatva darshinah. The above shaloka gives a practical method of attaining tattva gyan, real knowledge. Lord Krishna says that a sadhak, with all humility, should bow down before a realized soul who knows the practical ins and outs of the practice of self realization without any mental reservations. With full faith and true devotion, he should ask respectful questions and put forward practical difficulties before him. Only then he will be able to attract his heart by his selfless devotion, service, and sincerity. He will pour the real knowledge into the sadhak's heart. The sadhak should put his heart in unison with the heart of such a saint to attract his attention towards him, so that the spiritual knowledge may flow into it in a very natural and unrestricted manner. It is needless to say that this can be achieved only by humble service and devotion. Thus, we see that humility is the first requisite for performing any real prayer and is the starting point on the road to spirituality. The next requisite for attaining spirituality is love. Without sincere devotion and love, it is impossible to enter the region of spirituality and attain nearness to God. Love is a very small word, but its implications are very wide. Love can be judged by its five qualities: 1. Discipline, 2. Modesty, 3. Faith, 4. Contentment, 5. Sacrifice. These are the five measures by which a sadhak can judge his love towards God. Let us take them one by one and see for ourselves the quality of love to be achieved for entering into the region of spirituality and for attaining nearness to the Almighty. 1. Discipline. Adab Anusashan. Here the discipline is self imposed and comes automatically from within, by the dictates of love and not by the rod. A spiritual sadhak obeys his master to gain more and more of his attention and becomes lovable in his eyes. This discipline is achieved in three steps. A. Respect for the parents. The discipline starts from home. Children who obey their parents are always found to achieve success in their lives. One who does not respect his parents may not have respect for the teacher also. B. Respect for the Guru. When a person enters into the region of spiritual practice, he should follow the self imposed discipline through love to please his master. He should not do anything, even in dream, which will hurt his Guru or will go against his preachings. There is a common saying, Ba adab ba naseeb, be adab be naseeb. A disciplined person attains all fortunes in his life, while an undisciplined one achieves only misfortunes. Some saint has rightly said, माँ बाप के चरणों में स्वर्ग है और सतगुरु के चरणों में मुक्ति. Heaven lies under the feet of the father and mother of a person, while mukti under the feet of the Sadguru. See discipline towards God. A person who has achieved success in the first two steps may also be able to discipline himself and become a right devotee unto the feet of the Almighty. To follow Shastras at all times and at all places is the achievement of real discipline towards God. Three things are very difficult to achieve. 1. Giving alms to others in poverty. 2. To adhere to truth in face of danger. 3. Self-disciplined and self-restrained life in loneliness. Even the worldly men are able to achieve the first two objectives. The third is achieved by the saints and sages, for whom God has become a reality, and as such, they are never alone. The measure of your self discipline towards God can be judged only by you, by the degree of your sincerity in following the Shastras in your practical life. Sant Kabir has rightly said, अपने आप को आप पहचानो, कहा किसी का नेक न मानो. Know your own self by your own conscience and never blindly believe in the saying of others and be led by others. 2. Modesty. Lajja, haya, sharm. The second quality of love is modesty. A real lover will see towards his beloved with an eager and modest eye. He will never look straight into her face. Similarly, a real sadhak is always modest and never looks straight into the face of his Sadguru, but always very eagerly and modestly watches him whenever he gets an opportunity. A devoted sadhak tries his best not to do anything in presence of his Sadguru which he does not like. When he reaches the second stage, he restrains himself to do anything against the wishes of his Sadguru, even in his absence. The test is whatever he is not able to do in the presence of his Sadguru, he should not be able to do the same in his absence. At the third stage, sadhak is modest towards God and will not do anything against the Shastras, religious teachings. This quality of modesty sometimes leads to very great achievements. The following short story is very illustrative. A devoted son was very modest towards his father and would avoid doing anything in his presence which his father did not like. Due to bad company, the son got habituated to drinking. But he used to drink in hotels and would never do so in the presence of his father. The father very well knew the modesty of his son. When some neighbor pointed out to him that his son had started drinking, he, the father, replied that it was impossible. He said that the allegation was wrong, as he had never found his son drinking. He said so in such a voice that his son also heard it in the next room. This had a restraining effect on his son, who started restricting his habit, but he could not achieve perfect control, and off and on he used to become the victim of drinking. One day, the same neighbor took his father to the market to show him personally his son drinking. When the father reached the liquor shop and found his son actually having a peg of wine, he stood in the shadow of a pillar behind his son. The neighbor told him, "Now you have seen with your own eyes, and whatever I told you is a truth." The father replied, "Yes, he is drinking, but not in my presence. He is drinking behind the pillar, and I am sure he will not repeat it again." The boy's determination went up, and he left drinking completely forever. Modesty always pays. In the spiritual field, it is one of the essential qualities required to be attained. 3. Faith, Vishwas. When you go to meet a saint, at least go with this mental faith that if you are not able to derive any benefit from him, you will not be harmed. This much faith is very necessary for a beginner who wants to step in the practice of spirituality. If you have come even with this faith, you will not go unawarded. Blind faith is the most undesirable thing. It leads a man into darkness. Such a man is not able to gain real knowledge. Faith in your parents is the result of your experiences, which you gained from them. Similarly, faith in the Sadguru comes only by your experiences that you have in his company. And at the final stage, when the Sadguru leaves you in the hands of the Almighty, you gain faith in God. My Gurudev used to say that it is real faith through experiences which leads a man to freedom from bondage, Jivan Mukt Avastha. The face of death shocks even the yogis, sannyasis, tapasvis, and whom not. Only those who have an unflinching faith in God cross the ocean of Maya. Such a faithful man leaves his body in complete peace and his soul becomes one with the Almighty. Thus we find the final thing, that the final achievement is the unfailing faith in the reality, which comes only by actual spiritual experiences in life. 4. Contentment, Santosh. The fourth important quality of love is contentment. The real lover remains contented with his beloved in all circumstances. A real devotee remains contented in whatever position and place the Almighty has placed him. He is never jealous of the wealth and comforts of others. Of course, he always tries to improve his lot in the world by his sincerest efforts, but is always contented and never falls prey to frustration and disappointment. My Gurudev used to say, संसार सार और असार की मिलौनी से बना है. इसकी कोई भी अवस्था सुख दुख से खाली नहीं है. इसलिए साधक को चाहिए भगवान के नाम को दिल और दांतों से पकड़े और हर अवस्था में संतुष्ट और प्रसन्नचित्त रहे। This universe consists of real and imaginary things. No physical condition is free from pleasure and pain. As such, a sadhak of spirituality should hold the anchor of Ram Nam with his teeth and heart, never to leave it till the ocean of Maya is crossed. He should remain contented in whatever position and place the Almighty has placed him in the world, always remaining happy and contented with his environments. My Gurudev also used to say that it is no achievement for a human being to remain contented with his circumstances. Even a dog, whom we call a beast, surpasses human beings in this respect. A dog remains contented with whatever he gets from his master, and he sometimes lays down its life when such an occasion arises. Contentment in the human beings should be of a higher order. सच्चा संतोषी भक्त बला पर खुश होता है. A real devotee unto the feet of the Almighty is happy when he faces troubles and tribulations in life. Just like a lover who feels happy even if he is slapped by his beloved, thinking thereby that the two are coming nearer. Similarly, a real devotee, when he happens to face miseries of life, goes nearer to God, and his devotion increases manifold. The sadhak comes nearer to his beloved in miseries and trials of life. When such a condition of mind is achieved, the sadhak reaches very near to the final goal of God realization. His mind remains concentrated unto the feet of the Almighty in all conditions of pleasure and pain. 5. Sacrifice. Tyag, Isar, Kurbani. The fifth and the most important quality of love is sacrifice. When a lamp starts burning, its wick starts giving soot after some time, and it becomes necessary to trim it so that the soot may disappear and the lamp may shine forth again with brightness. Similarly, when the lamp of spiritual light starts glowing in the heart of a devotee by the grace of Sadguru, after a lapse of time, the soot may cover it up and the light may diminish. The sadhak should, therefore, keep it brighter and brighter every day so that the love and devotion that the sadhak has received from his Sadguru should ever increase. It is necessary, therefore, to trim the wick with the scissors of sacrifice. Sacrifice in the path of spiritualism works as scissors in the case of a lamp. The lamp of spiritualism, once started glowing, should not be extinguished at any cost. The real devotee sacrifices his body, mind, and money to keep the light burning and to increase its brightness every day. The best form of sacrifice is the sacrifice of mind. The sadhak at this stage sacrifices his mind unto the feet of the Almighty and tries to think only of God during the 24 hours of the day. His mental sacrifice keeps the lamp of spirituality burning in the heart of the sadhak, and its brightness ever increases. These are the 5 essential qualities of love, and every sadhak can judge his devotion unto the feet of the Lord by putting himself to these tests. Thus, by humble surrender with all respectfulness to the Almighty, the burning love in the heart awakens the sleeping Devi, Bhavani, into full bloom. Devi of godly feelings is awakened in the heart of the sadhak, and love and devotion starts oozing out from him, which engulfs his entire being, and the person achieves Atmamay Avastha. Such a person remains always in the region of Atma. His mind is always merged in his Atma, and he always lives in the region of Atmik Anand. The peace, tranquility, and happiness of the Atmik Anand so achieved springs forth from his worldly behavior also. It is humility and love which awakens the Devi of devotional feelings into the heart of the sadhak. And once the Devi is awakened, the circle of Maya slips. The mind of such a sadhak remains always merged in his Atma, and he always remains in the region of eternal bliss. Om.
अनमोल वचन अखिल भारतीय संतमत सत्संग के संस्थापक और गृहस्थ में आनंद योग के जनक परम संत महात्मा परम पूज्य श्री यशपाल जी महाराज अर्थात परम पूज्य भाई साहब जी द्वारा प्रतिपादित इन अनमोल वचनों का पालन करना अति आवश्यक है। ये वचन हमारी गृहस्थ आध्यात्मिक साधना के लिए मूलभूत सिद्धांत हैं, जो इस प्रकार हैं। हम दुनिया की हर चीज की कीमत आंकते हैं, अपने मानव जीवन की कीमत भी जाने व परमात्मा की प्राप्ति हेतु साधना करें। मनुष्य योनि एक उपहार है, इसीलिए परमात्मा को धन्यवाद देते हुए आधा घंटा प्रातःकाल, आधा घंटा सायंकाल पूजा अवश्य करें। सत्संग, सतनाम व सद्गुरु को प्राथमिकता देते हुए इसी के आधार पर ध्यान योगाभ्यास अवश्य करें व गृहस्थ के कार्यों को परमात्मा का कार्य समझकर उसी की याद में संपन्न करें। हर समय ये ध्यान रहे कि गुरु कृपा द्वारा परमात्मा की पवित्र सत्ता का हमारी आत्मा में वास है, अतः मन में निरंतर अपने इष्ट देव का जाप करें। मान सम्मान की इच्छा ना करें व अपमान से दुखी न हो। परमात्मा के अतिरिक्त किसी और का भय न करें। दूसरों की बुराई न करें, न सुने, सत्य व मधुर बोलें, अश्लील शब्द मुंह से ना निकालें, सभी से नम्रतापूर्ण व सुंदर व्यवहार करें। धर्म पत्नी के अतिरिक्त अपने से बड़ी से माता जैसा, बराबर की से बहन जैसा व छोटी से पुत्री जैसा व्यवहार करें। सांसारिक जीवन यापन की आवश्यकताएं अंतहीन है, इसीलिए अधिक से अधिक समय सत्संग में व धन परोपकार में खर्च करें। याद रखें, न स्त्री माया है, न धन दौलत, न ही परिवार। माया वह है जो हृदय को परमात्मा से दूर हटा दे। अतः निरंतर सत्संग और सद्गुरु की शरण में रहने का प्रयास करें। भोजन अपने इष्ट को अर्पण कर प्रसाद रूप में परमात्मा की याद में करें। रात्रि में सोने से पहले अच्छे बुरे कार्यों का आत्मनिरीक्षण कर उसका समुचित पश्चाताप करते हुए ध्यान करें व प्रभु की गहरी याद में ही विश्राम करें। परमात्मा तू ही है, तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो।